Halle Bailey goes off on her baby father DDG on social media for having their child on Casanat's screen without her permission. Mind you, she's been on live with their child multiple times, posted multiple videos and pictures of their child to her over 15 million followers across social media. Her sister has been live with their child and posted pictures and videos to over her separate millions of followers as well. Honestly, do you think she has ever asked her ex DDG if she could go live with their child or post pictures of them anywhere? Absolutely not, and he has never demanded it either. If he did, y'all would call him all kinds of abusive and controlling. Her tweet said, "Hi everyone, just so you know, I am out of town and I don't approve of my baby being on screen tonight. I wasn't told or notified and I am extremely upset to have my baby in front of millions. And I am his mother and protector and saddened that I wasn't notified, especially when I'm out of town." Really? DDG once again came to Holly's aid even after she tried to paint him in a negative light in the public.
One thing I don't like when people do, I don't like when people hate on Halle. I don't care if people think she wrong or not, or if I think she wrong or right. She could be going through something mentally after having a kid that I can't understand as a man. So when situations like this happen, I try to handle it with as much grace as possible because Halo needs her, you know. I need her. We need each other to create a childhood that's safe and fun and memorable for him. And Halo is the biggest blessing in my life. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't remember what life was like before Halo.
He's consistently done this, but yet somehow so many still try to say he's a bad person, clout chasing, or fake just so they can try to big up the woman and overlook her possible issues. That's the main problem. We all have issues, but we tend to magnify the men's and graze over the ladies or make excuses in cases like this. That's why a lot of y'all single now and only have a revolving door of men in and out of your door temporarily because you don't recognize the good one when he's right in your face because you're so busy magnifying his 20% of flaws and not appreciating the 80% of great qualities, expecting unrealistic perfection when you know you're full of flaws yourself. Yes, he should continue to protect the mother of his child, regardless of if they're together or not. He understands that the better she is directly trickles down to the child when he's with her. We always say that's what a man's supposed to do. But why is that respect and big picture mindset not expected to be reciprocated? He's been under fire multiple times, and she has always remained silent and allowed the false narrative to flourish until she actually got some backlash. Although Halle brought these things to the internet in an attempt to make her baby father look bad, a day later she did say maybe she overreacted and shouldn't have brought it to social media, but didn't once apologize to him publicly when she attempted to put dirt on his name publicly. But the fact that she did say something to clear his name, I give her some grace. And this is nothing personally against Halle, but this is for self-reflection for all of us. It's not a good idea to run to social media when you're upset. Always go to the source when you're ready to have healthy communication. Would she have made this slight acknowledgement if it was not for the backlash? I don't know. But this isn't DDG versus Halle. I want them to win together or separately for the little one. But it's my duty to take in depth this situation and compare to the public so we all can try to reflect and become wiser. This man has jumped out the window for this lady many times, completely scorching every powerful or popular person who disrespected her online, or if someone questioned the integrity of their love. Even after they broke up, he said multiple times he will still destroy anyone who bothers her because that's his family and doesn't see himself ever being with another woman unless he gets back with her. He never once said anything negative about her. Regardless of these things, when she can't control a situation, she decides to run to social media to try to destroy the one thing she knows he takes absolute pride in, and that's being a good father. He literally has shown he doesn't care about hardly anything else or what people has to say about him. But when a woman knows your one weakness, and she's in an emotional state, a lot of them will relentlessly try to exploit it to get you out of character, then manipulate the narrative to paint you as a monster. She was completely thinking selfishly and putting her want of control over the child that she's so-called protecting. DDG and others are part of a very important movement of showing how fatherhood and being there for your kids is cool and something to be proud of. Because it's a lot of great black fathers, no matter how much society try to convince us otherwise. But social media is now helping people see that their personal circumstances and neighborhood is not the world. She literally now has a bunch of women claiming that they broke up because Halle was protecting their child from DDG, his father. Let's cut the crap. If a child is in danger, they'll be more protected in the father's hands. How are you protecting the child when you're trying to destroy a man who is a great dad and take pride in being a father? It's like when you're a man, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. This Halle Bailey situation really shows in reality, a lot of women during co-parenting somehow feel that they have more rights and say over a child than the father, and will try to make things extremely difficult for the father to see the baby, use the child as bargaining chips or extortion tool to where if you don't do what they say or give them money when they say give it to them, they will not allow you to see the child, then paint the picture of the man being a deadbeat. But the legal system and society has created these monsters because they created a space to allow it to happen for so long. I hate when women say he should have fought harder for his kids. Why should a man have to fight a woman to be there for his child in the first place? Do you not hear yourself? If a woman truly putting the child first, it wouldn't be a fight at all. Plain and simple, women that do this are putting their egos and emotion before the child's future, which is not right, and the reason why it's a lot of screwed up kids in this world right now that turn to screwed up adults. Halle Bailey knew exactly what she was doing, got this innocent image and tried to manipulate a situation to her advantage and look like a victim, which has been a tool in their playbook for a long time. But it backfired. She even tried to blame it on postpartum. Her second tweet said, "As a woman experiencing severe postpartum, there are boundaries that I wish to be respected. Nobody knows what someone is going through until they snap." Then after that, she disables her social media. Here we go with the deflection and refusal of taking accountability, then seeking pity when your calculated plan backfired. Another constant tool used in the good old toxic playbook. Somehow people would still have the nerve to say that this self-inflicted dent in her image is DDG's fault. Like he can control what an adult does. This is not the first time she spoke on that scream postpartum. Do you not realize that this may be why they separated, because of how at Scream she possibly could have been acting towards DDG and others? All another reason to why it's a great idea for the child to be with the father a good amount of time so the mother can have a break and deal with her own issues. But y'all have a problem with that. We have to give women the respect and equality that they deserve. We're told often that they are the smartest, most educated, the wisest, and so forth. So we have to stop treating them like children when they do foolishness. How can a woman be manipulated to be with a man or manipulated to do anything she doesn't want to do with a man when by a lot of their own definition, they are superior to men mentally? That doesn't make any sense. How can he take advantage of you when you're the one who's superior mentally? Put them in the exact same boat as men. Treat them exactly as a man when committing the same acts in every situation. We got to stop giving passes for toxic behavior because a woman was emotional at the moment. Talking about that's why she slapped the man, broke items in his house, screamed in his face, and it's all his fault because if he didn't do what he did, she wouldn't have had that response. You don't think men have emotions? We still held to the standard to have composure throughout it all. We can't put our hands on a woman, verbally abuse or vandalize her items because she did something that hurt our feelings and not expect consequences or extreme backlash. Adults are adults. Gender should never have a say on consequences or accountability if the actions are the same. Equality is a constant. We can't be expected to bend the rules when it's not in a particular person's favor. Postpartum is a real thing, so I give her some grace if this is a reason and not an scapegoat. Here are some facts that you can verify. Symptoms of postpartum include trouble sleeping, loss of energy, and thoughts of harming yourself or your baby. Treatments include medication, psychotherapy, and supportive groups. Postpartum is a period of time after giving birth, usually lasting 6 to 8 weeks. That's up to 2 months. In extreme situations, probably 4 to 5 months. Their son, Halo, he is 11 months old. Everyone draw your own educated opinions from the facts. So what are y'all thoughts on this whole thing? Was DDG wrong for going on live with their child and not asking her permission? Or was Halle tripping because she never asked permission to post or go live with their child anywhere? Some people are saying that she was upset because Kai Cenat playing a prank on DDG and that what triggered her. But they have security guards all over there. Casanat is known for doing pranks. DDG has his own security guards with him in conjunction with the security guards that Casanat has out there. They're at a mansion that no one else has access to in a gated area, and no one knows where it is. So would that be enough for her to go on social media and act this way and not just call her baby father, ask him a question, send him a text? So often this false narrative is out there that black men aren't good fathers when we are. A single mother and an absent father are clearly two separate things. Just because a woman is single, that doesn't mean the father is not present in the child's life. But statistically, single mothers and absent fathers are defined as women with children under 18 who are not married to the spouse and do not live with the partner. This includes women who have never been married, are separated, divorced, or widowed. This means if y'all broke up and don't live in the same home, it doesn't matter if the man is paying for all the schooling, buying all the clothes, coming to pick up the child on a regular basis. That means that she is still considered a single mother and he's considered an absent father by the calculations. Tell me that don't make no sense. That is skewed. And people use these percentages to try to make it seem like fathers are not around for so long, continually to manipulate the public. It don't matter if that woman is single. If that man is in that child's life, he shouldn't be considered an absent father and counted in those numbers. It should be a clear separation of this, but it's not, because we all know in America, when you paint a man, especially a black one, to be the bad one, they feel that they accomplished something. But we're changing that. So salute to DDG for showcasing and being proud that he's a father, and so many of the other men and all nationalities that's doing this. But especially salute to the black fathers, because they are the ones who get the most lies placed on them saying that we're not there for our kids. And also they don't think about how often that women force fathers out of their children's lives because they didn't like how a relationship ended. Let's keep it real. This happens a lot. And it's a shame. We got to do something about that. You got to hold these women accountable. You can't just believe when they make up a story that is true, because behind the scenes, a lot of time is not. I've seen firsthand family members that try their best to be in a child's life, but the mother absolutely makes it impossible. Move across the country away from the father without the state's permission. Without permission, and got absolutely no consequences for it. And then when the father tries to fight, he has to go through the system to try to get their child back. But they charge them thousands and thousands of dollars to try to get their child back when the mother is in the wrong. And when that person can't afford that and don't know what to do, he's considered a deadbeat when this mother is the one that snatched the child away from them. This happens so often, but no one wants to pay attention to it. Why don't you want to pay attention to it? Why don't you care about that? Because you want to keep this narrative that you're always right and men is always wrong, so you can have the upper hand continuously, like throughout history when it comes to this system. We got to change that. We can't keep allowing women to get away with that and then make it so difficult for a father to get to see their child and charge them astronomical numbers to get custody, or make a woman have consequences for taking their child when they shouldn't have. A man shouldn't have to fight for his kids. It should be a simple ask and deliverance. Simple. You can collaborate on dates and things like that. If you already have something planned, fine. But don't sit here and just make it hard for a man to see his child out of spite because you mad at him. Your relationship with him is totally separate than the child relationship with him. Separate the two. Allow that child to grow up with their father, because trust and believe me, they need him. A man's presence in a child's life is vital. A single mother is not better off without a good father supporting their child. That child is not better off without that father supporting them. You're hurting the child way more than you're hurting the father. Because that father, because of your situation, when he just give up because you keep taking that child away, he can go make another baby. He can go make another baby. And a lot of times they do. And you see in these situations, oh, wow, he just taking care of that child. He ain't in my child life. He ain't in my child life at all. That's your fault in a lot of cases. Not all the time. But you the one that took him away from that child. He gave up and just got through with it. So you know what? I'm going to go create another one and be there for them. That's unfortunate for that child, but you put him in that situation when you acting like that. And there's no need. You don't have the right to even be mad. You don't have the right to be mad. That was a hole that you dug, so you got to lay in it. But let's talk about it, y'all. Let me know if you ever seen some things like this. I know I have in a lot of situations. That man give up, and he's considered a deadbeat. And they say that he should have fought, but he shouldn't have had to been fighting at all in the first place. But anyway, make sure y'all guys like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can see the next videos that pop up. Until next time, you hold it down. Don't let it hold you. Peace.
The Highest Point Podcast.
More than a pod, it's a lifestyle.